This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 6, 2022. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. And in the news this afternoon, woman killed, 3 others injured in Hanover crash. A pharmacist assistant was killed and 3 others injured in a 2-vehicle crash along the Salt Creek Main Road in Orange Bay, Hanover, Saturday night. She is 42-year-old Shermaine Brown, who was a resident of Orange Bay in the parish. Reports from the Green Island Police are that about 11:30 p.m., Brown was among passengers traveling in a Toyota Noah bus from the direction of Negril to Green Island. On reaching a section of the Salt Creek Main Road, the driver of a Toyota Premium motorcar reportedly failed to keep left and collided with the Noah bus. Brown and 2 other passengers sustained serious injuries and were rushed to the Savannah Lamar Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The others were admitted in serious condition. The driver of the Premium motorcar, who also sustained injuries, was taken to the Noel Holmes Hospital in Hanover, where he was admitted. Bob Marley and the Wailers' pianist Tyrone Dhoni is dead. Jamaican keyboardist and pianist Tyrone Dhoni, known for his work as a member of Bob Marley and the Wailers, died last night in France. At the time of his death, he played with the France-based reggae band called Jazz. Tyrone will be sadly missed. He was a great musician and very important in the music business. He was supposed to be a part of a showcase we had planned for Tuesday of this week, but we knew he was ill and had not planned for him to come. But he passed last night, Michael Jovanovic, a respected reggae music promoter in France, told the news. Dhoni produced 2 albums, one for Tiken Jah which was released last Friday, and another for Jazz, which was released on Tuesday, with a show in France. For years, he lived in France with his family, where he was a member of the touring band of Youssou N'Dour, whose album Remember he produced. Dhoni stopped touring almost a decade ago. In May of this year, he played with Jazz supporting the Scatolites show in France. A Kingston College past student, he joined the Wailers in the mid-1970s, making his recording debut with the band on Rastaman Vibration album, having previously been a member of the Impact All-Stars. He has also played with the Abyssinians, Beanie Man, Black Uhuru, Buju Banton, Peter Tosh, Junior Reid, Tom Tom Club, Ian Dury, Burning Spear, Steel Pulse, Alpha Blondie, Tiken Jah and Sly and Robbie. Dhoni released the solo album Organdie in 2001. Security guard killed in Falmouth. A security guard employed to King Alarm was shot and killed yesterday evening. He has been identified as 24-year-old Alric Clark of Falmouth, Trelawney. The incident reportedly occurred sometime after 8 last evening on Peel Street in the parish. The Falmouth police, who are investigating, are yet to ascertain a motive for the killing of Mr. Clark. There were also 2 other reported murders yesterday in St. James and Westmoreland. In the St. James incident, it is reported that about 2 p.m., 54-year-old farmer Ian Bell of Tangle River was in a section of Spring Mount. He was approached by armed men who shot him. Mr. Bell was pronounced dead at hospital. And in Westmoreland, 35-year-old Anuki Green alias Stitch, a farmer of Black River, St. Elizabeth, was shot and killed by unknown assailants in Petersfield. Opposition increases calls for health minister to be removed. Members of the opposition People's National Party are not relenting in their demands that Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton be fired. Last evening, a group of approximately 35 protesters carrying placards converged across from the Mandeville Regional Hospital in Manchester, calling for the dismissal of Dr. Tufton over the recent incident where at least a dozen babies died. Among the protesters were PNP Region 5 Chairman Kern Spencer, Councillor for the Belfield Division Mario Mitchell, PNP Women's Movement member for Region 5 Keisha Phillips, and a former Member of Parliament Richard Azan. The protest followed a recent statement in Parliament by the Health Minister in which he outlined the sequence of events Leading up to the deaths of the babies, the PNP Region 5 chairman is demanding more information from Dr. Tufton.
There was a time when press conferences were held every 5 minutes. There was a time when we could hear the Minister of Health speaking with luster and gusto. And we are asking, what about now? Why aren't we being told anything? And we are demanding here from Manchester, from Region 5, from the fathers, the mothers, we want a fulsome statement from the government. We want the Prime Minister to speak to us. We want to hear from the Minister of Health. We are tired of the silence.
No guns are turned in since the launch of gun amnesty. The news understands that up to news time, there has been no report of any illegal firearm being turned in as part of the recently launched gun amnesty. The amnesty got underway yesterday and is scheduled to last 2 weeks. Several questions have been raised about the amnesty program, especially in the area of accountability. The government has indicated that measures are in place to track those weapons that are handed over. In the meantime, 2 illegal guns were seized on the weekend. The St. Andrews Central Police says one man was taken into custody in connection with an early morning illegal firearm seizure near Crossroads. A pistol with a magazine containing 10 cartridges was seized by the police whilst on mobile patrol. The accused, who is of a Jonestown address, was accosted on Melmac Avenue and the weapon seized. Over in Manchester, a pistol with 1 cartridge was seized yesterday and handed over to the police by a licensed firearm holder. The licensed firearm holder had earlier challenged 3 men who attempted to rob a bar in Melrose Mews in the parish. Preventing inspectors from reading meters could lead to higher bills, says NWC. The National Water Commission says customers are putting themselves at risk of paying higher bills when they prevent inspectors from reading their meters. This, according to Community Relations Manager for the NWC Eastern Division, Delano Williams. He says that while the NWC has electronic methods of collecting meter readings without needing access to a customer's premises, there are scenarios such as leaks that need to be investigated. Mr. Williams says he understands that persons are being cautious about their personal safety when they choose not to allow inspectors on their property, but reminds them that inspectors are part of the remit of the NWC. Performance-based promotion for correctional officers now in effect. Correctional officers are now being promoted based on their performance. Minister of State in the Ministry of National Security, Xavier Main, says the new promotion policy will ensure that the hard work of correctional officers is met with the requisite level of acceleration through the system. Mr. Main was delivering the keynote address at the DCS Staff Awards ceremony held recently at the Jamaica Conference Center, downtown Kingston. He says training and development will be a standard feature of the organization once an officer is enrolled and enlisted. Mr. Main is urging the correctional officers to discharge their duties with integrity and a commitment to rehabilitate those who enter the correctional system. One union representing correctional officers has said that while it welcomes the decision, the policy detailing how performance would be assessed has still not been finalized. First, the Vice President for the University and Allied Workers Union, Clifton Grant, says that policy is still under discussion with the unions and that the formation of a committee to complete it is still yet to be done. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.